It was the wettest day in Portland ever.
This is a mess. It's way higher than it was in '96.
Some had to be rescued from their homes by boat. Others waded through feet-deep water.
I'm afraid we're going to lose our houses this time.
A major highway closed during the commute. Another street left with a giant hole.
And it just crashes down and it was vibrating. It was like really scary. It was like a little mini earthquake.
Tonight, the water is still rising in spots while we prepare for another round of rain.
And here we go again at 11 o'clock. I'm Jennifer Hoff.
And I'm Jeff Gianola. And many creeks across the metro area flooded over their banks today, forcing evacuations and rescues. This was at Rusk Road and Lake Road in Milwaukee, where the water rose so quickly, Clackamas Fire Department used a few of their boats to get people out of harm's way. Tonight, more evacuations as Johnson Creek is at the highest level it's ever been, flooding an apartment complex at 24th and Umatilla. Our Cole Miller on the scene live with the latest for us. Cole, what can you tell us?
Well, what a scene it is out here tonight, guys. We're talking about a lot of water coming out of a pretty small area, at least right now. We got a couple inches rolling over my feet here. But as we pan out this way, this is looking out of the apartment parking complex here. You see the water just roaring out onto Umatilla. And if we come back over here, like I said earlier, we're talking about just precautionary evacuations right now. You can see people hanging out, kind of keeping an eye on things. But since we got here about an hour ago, the water, it is rising. Now, just about an hour ago when we got out here, we got here and noticed a few people who looked to be packing some things up to stay somewhere else for the night. Also, many people at the very least moving their cars. Firefighters have been going around letting people know just what's going on and letting them decide if they want to stay. And we're talking about a fairly big complex here. Now, this water, all of this water here, is coming from Johnson Creek. And Lieutenant Rich Tyler with Portland Fire says it's water that you want to stay away from.
Just don't come in contact with the water. It's polluted. It's water runoff from everything you could imagine, lawns, driveways, streets. It's not clean water.
Now, most of the residents I spoke with tell me they do plan on staying, at least for now. They're playing it by ear to see what the water does. And back out here live, you're looking at a picture. I just spoke with Portland Fire a few minutes ago. They tell me about 5 families have decided to seek shelter elsewhere. We learned that the Clackamas Friends Church is a shelter that was set up before this event. It was just in preparation for tonight in general, the weather we were expected to see. Other folks have gone home to stay with friends and family. And as we stand out here tonight, we're talking about people trying to clean out those storm drains. It's a constant battle to keep them open. We'll keep an eye on things out here, but we're talking about a lot of water, again, coming from Johnson Creek, forcing these precautionary, again, not mandatory, precautionary evacuations. In Southeast Portland, Cole Miller, KOIN 6 News.
Yeah, we have a break tonight, but more rain on the way. Cole, thank you.
Also, a flooded Johnson Creek still causing problems on Southeast Foster. There's water over the road and it's closed from 96 to 112. Cars are trying to drive through the water, but many of them are getting stuck. Tonight, we spoke to some people actually putting up wood barriers to try and keep the water out of their homes.
If we can stop it here at the street, save us thousands, hundreds of thousands maybe, a whole home.
Yeah, have you ever had to deal with something quite like this before?
Not quite like this, no.
Yeah.
No, not now. But as everybody does, we do the best we can.
Johnson Creek is also closed further east at 155th because of a landslide there.
Now let's head to the west side. And Fano Creek at Highway 217 jumped its banks today, spilling into north and southbound lanes. Right now, all 217 northbound lanes, including the median shoulder, are closed at the Allen Street exit. Southbound lanes are only getting by using the shoulder. Now, this closure will remain in effect until the water goes down. You can still use the Allen Boulevard off-ramps, and then you bypass that big spill back onto the highway. But you better check tomorrow morning. It could still be a mess.
That may have been